Okay, I don't know who let me leave the house like this in 2016, but it looks like a parrot blew up on my eyelids. But you know what? 2016 is making a comeback. So stay tuned for this tutorial. I have here the e.l.f. brow cream. This one I feel like is pretty similar to the Dip Brow. Garnier Micellar Water. I was one of the only people that never used concealer because I think it made it look even more messy. I'm gonna use my Shape Tape concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and use one of the OG palettes by Huda Beauty. It's the Desert Dust palette that she had that was so popular back then. We have to layer it on, super colorful and super thick. That was what was so special about 2016. And we cannot forget what years really kicked off the 2016 looks was basically from 2012 to 2014. Okay, I have my shadows blended out. So now we're gonna do the famous cut crease. I think that's coming out pretty good so far. I use this JCat palette, Dia Noches. Try out this blue. I'm gonna be bold, use a little bit of green here. I'm gonna use this gold in the corner. Try to add this e.l.f. glitter eyeshadow. It wouldn't be 2016 without a bold black eyeliner. So let's use the L'Oreal Infallible black eyeliner. I'm gonna add on super thick lashes. I believe that these are the Kiss Lash Couture. Next, I'm gonna use the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. This was really popular back then. I mean, just look at that. We're gonna use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This is in the shade 2W1. Next, I'm gonna use the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. This was non-negotiable. Next, I'm gonna bronze until I turn into an Oompa Loompa. This is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer in medium. I like how this is a little bit cool tone. That way I can contour and bronze at the same time. Max Fix Plus. Okay, it's looking a little bit crazy right now, but back then we had to trust the process. Tarte Shape Tape, gonna overdo it just like I did back in 2016. I always mix two shades together, the light neutral and the light sand. Now I'm gonna go ahead and contour my nose. We need to layer it on thick because that was the time where we contoured way too much. To set this, I'm gonna use the Airspun Loose Face Powder. I bought this one a long time ago. I've never tried it back then, but I'm definitely curious about this. It's in the translucent shade. Yeah, that's pretty smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and bronze just a smidge more. I'm gonna go ahead and use the L'Oreal Infallible Bronzer. This is in the shade medium. Because back then we couldn't leave the house without looking bronzed. Next, I'm gonna apply a little bit of this e.l.f. primer blush, and this is in the shade Always Rosy. This is more like a bronzer type shade, so I'm gonna add a little bit, because I feel like during this era, we didn't use way too much blush. I never actually baked in 2016, or even now, because I don't know how, but I use this as an alternative. This is the Bare Minerals Well Rested Concealer. This is so good for putting under your eyes close to the end of your makeup. This helps to really brighten the under eyes and to help fill in all those little wrinkles. It's not 2016 unless you have a blinding highlighter like the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter. This is the most beautiful gold shade. Look at that. Next, I'm gonna take the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Powder. I'm just gonna put this one all over just to blend everything out so that way it doesn't look way too crazy. You cannot go back to 2016 without Kylie Jenner. This is a non-negotiable shade, Dolce K. So now the lipstick. This shade was my absolute favorite by her. Last but not least, we need to finish off with the Urban Decay All Nighter. All right, and that completes a more colorful look for 2016. What was your colorful 2016 look?